There's a 10-second delay, which is making me hesitant to go live, but I just saw the queue. So if you are watching this live, the odds of us starting at 10 p.m. sharp are roughly 90%. I might add a minute during the timer, but you know the deal. I appreciate your presence regardless. If you're watching after the fact, I love you too. Please hit the like button. It helps this stream out so much. I'm trying to, be a good YouTuber. Oh, geez. All right. I should have prepared this beforehand, but in the meantime, enjoy the smooth vibes of Otis McDonald. I'll see you soon. SydStream, and my computer lagged a bit. Well, that was. I'm giving that start a. I don't know. I'm giving it 3 out of 5 stars. How's everyone doing? My name is Sydney. Welcome to the SydStream. Thank you so much for being here after the fact. Hey, if you happen to be watching this in the VOD, can you say hello to me in the comments below? I never know, like, whenever I stream, the view counter keeps, like, trickling upwards, and I don't hear from any of you. Hello, Breck. You're here live. I'm hearing from you. Glad to see you. But for those in the future watching me, say hi in the comments. Let me know who you are. We have quite the show for you. I just used the royal we there. But I'm gonna be honest. I am underprepared. But that, you know, by streamer standards, I should be good, you know? So it should be a fun time. I will start by mentioning this. Listen. Listen to me as I mute myself. This isn't much skin off my back. However, due to the mechanics of Odysee, I now have a new Odysee channel, which is synced to my YouTube channel. So I just want to mention, if you are watching me on Odysee, especially if you subscribed to my old channel, please take a moment to subscribe to my new one. You know, the cool thing with Odysee now that I qualify for synchronization with my YouTube channel is that it's no extra effort for me to upload there, because I just need to upload clips to my stream. But losing the 6 followers that I had over there, it was a mild inconvenience, you know? So just letting you know. Hello, James. We will be winging it. Holy shit. Actually, you know what? Instead of going with that, let me instead... I want to talk about something. This is... Wait, actually, let me just mute my desktop audio in case video starts auto-playing. I'm going to just load it up now. Yeah, there we go. I like that about Twitter. Consistent behavior all around. Actually. So, hello, Darth Shady. Don't accidentally ban people tonight. So, coming back to what I was about to say, there was a story which made the news a day or two ago or something like that. And I just want to say, there's a lot of faux outrage about this, but it reminded me of a previous story which was very similar. And what they have in common is that people on the other side of the political aisle are pretending to be offended by this. But seeing the actual clip made me like the person in question more. The more recent example was Joe Biden calling a reporter a stupid son of a bitch. I will say... I fucking like this. Let me make sure that the sound might be a bit hot, but I will adjust in midstream. So let's enjoy this little moment here.
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
Love it. So here's the thing. Actually, before I go into my very small rant. And I agree, James, that is a great delivery. It reminded me of a couple, when was this? Yeah, a couple weeks ago. Holy shit, 2022 is already flying by fast. Where Dr. Fauci was caught on a hot mic saying something very similar. He was mumbling it under his breath, so it's not as obvious, but it was like, what a moron, Jesus Christ. Let me
Look, you are totally incorrect.
Well, we look forward to reviewing it. Senator Marshall, Dr. Fauci has answered you. It is public information, and he's happy to give it to you if you would ask. Senator Moran.
What a moron.
that
You are totally
that was
incorrect.
barely audible, but the bottom line is all these comments that are mumbled when the person question thinks that they're speaking to themselves but their mic is hot, that made me like them more. The Fauci clip I just played you, it made me like him more when I saw it, as did the Biden clip. I think you know, it's a rare thing where we can relate to a politician who lived lives completely separate from ours. But I think, especially if you're watching this, you have certainly been in the position where you are arguing with someone who you think is beneath you intellectually. And I'm sure that we have all, called someone a fucking idiot behind under our breaths because they were spewing a bunch of dumb shit. And they should have just known better and fucking listened to you where they could have an opportunity to learn. But they want to be a little dumbass, keep running their mouths, acting all smug and smart about it too. So yeah, it's really it's really fun to see politicians do that. How can I say this? This was one of the things that was endearing to me when Trump did similar things. Of course, I think if I don't think they're well, okay. The only hot mic incident that I can think of was the infamous grab him by the pussy clip. But like at a public event where some reporter is there are clips of him shooting down reporters from CNN from the podium. There are many clips of him doing that. But whatever he would say, he would just say, like, in your face, I'll call you a fucking idiot to your face. And it was, not gonna lie, I kind of miss that. But hey, now that I've gotten into trouble already, and the show hasn't even begun, I think we should jump right into the first segment. What do y'all think? Let me just make sure of something though. Before we do, this won't be too long. There we go. And it will be there when I need it. It sure will. Okay. Oh, public service announcement. Let's Go Brandon is hack, and it's been hack for a while. I get that it's all silly fun, but you're nowhere near as funny as you think you are. Just wanted to say that. I forget. Wait, I know exactly what made me say this. So we're not jumping right into the first segment. I know what made me say this. Let me just fetch the tweet. This guy. Where is it? Enjoy some music while I search for what I'm looking for. We're doing it live, baby. Oh, I got caught by a subtle design flaw. When you enter someone's name into Twitter search, you have to actually click on the result instead of just watching it displayed there on the right side of your screen, wondering why nothing is happening. So yeah, now I can do that. So what made me say this is this tweet here. Kid Rock releases anti-Biden, anti-Fauci single with a "Let's Go Brandon" chorus. I heard of this meme watching from Heem, who just quote tweeted it with the a very unenthused cool gif. So yeah, that's what made me say that just now. So now that that is out of the way, let's get started. Yeah, I think I know what order I want to do this with. So when I said I was underprepared, what actually I might as well say why. It's because Jordan Peterson appeared on the Joe Rogan podcast, and it was released today, and I watched it. It was 4 hours, which is I consumed it in about 2 hours. But between that and the end of my work shift, it didn't leave me with much time to actually read the articles that I found. But it should be interesting because I think the broader point of what I want to get at with the Freedom Convoy should stand. It should be good. Where is it? This. Oh wow. Okay. If I don't say what made me go oh wow just now, remind me after this segment. So let me just put these tabs in order, take a sip of water, and then we should be good to go. Okay, yeah, here, like that. Good. Okay, so, oh yeah. Jeez. I hate legacy media so much. Holy shit. I hate legacy media so much. I don't like calling them legacy media because legacies have value. I want to call them old media. Fucking old media. All right, let me take a sip of water and calm down. All right. Let's set this up right here. All right, we should be good to go. You may have heard of this story, and by the time you watch this segment right now, the odds of you having heard about it will rise, I predict, significantly between filming this on Tuesday, January 25th, 2022, and whenever you're watching. The story that I'm talking about is the convoy of truckers that are heading to Ottawa to protest vaccine mandates. Now, regardless of what you think of vaccines, my personal position is that a lot of these mandates are unacceptable. And it is a relief to see truckers, doing what they can. However, the angle that I want to take from this story, actually there are two, one of which I will begin by looking at how it's being covered or at least this unique example from CBC News. And I'm not even going to read the whole article, but I want to bring your attention to something. So, convoy protesting vaccine mandate for truck drivers draws supporters on Winnipeg's perimeter highway. Canadian truckers must now show they are vaccinated against COVID-19 to avoid testing requirement quarantine. All right, let me go here. Actually, let's read the first couple paragraphs, get ourselves some who, what, why, who, what, when, where. A convoy of transport trucks continued on its way through Manitoba on Tuesday en route to Ottawa to protest the federal mandate that requires truck drivers to be vaccinated to cross the Canada-U.S. border. Supporters waited near the Flying J close. Near the Flying J, close to Headingley. I guess if you live in Manitoba, all of these are obvious. And this is just the equivalent of me watching someone else have struggled to pronounce the Olympic Stadium or the Bell Center or whatever. But I will continue reading this article. So for the convoy on Tuesday afternoon, that was the end of that sentence. A crowd that appeared to number well over 1,000, more on that in a second, welcomed the convoy with signs of support as it continued its journey around the city on the perimeter highway. Now, I didn't expect to see this, which is a minute example of the larger point that I'm getting at first before we cover the other angle of this story. So actually, let's do a quick Control F. I'm looking for a specific one. Give me a second. There it is. Yeah, there it is. So this is another one that hundreds of truckers set off from British Columbia on Sunday as part of the protest, despite the urging of the country's largest trucking federation to comply with the vaccine mandate. Now, the point that I'm getting to is that, unfortunately, and this might have been true for years, and the COVID era brought this to a point. It is very difficult to know how many people attended a protest because the legacy media or old media have incentives, particularly for anti-COVID protests, to play the numbers down. Which is why hundreds of truckers set off from British Columbia on Sunday. That might be true, but it's hard to tell. And I have lived an example of this, which I will demonstrate shortly. And I saw that they said hundreds of truckers, which, again, this might be true, but it's difficult to tell. And on the flip side, people who support this cause, they have the reverse incentive to play up the number of protesters. So what is CBC News's hundreds of trucks might be the Freedom Convoy supporters, tens of thousands of trucks all the way up to the horizon, you know? And I think now is a good time to segue to the example that I lived personally, which was on September 11, 2021, I attended a protest, which was a march against the COVID measures that were taking place, which weren't as strict as they are today as of this recording, mind you. But I wanted to find an article here just demonstrating what I mean. So the text and I will translate this. This is a French article, obviously. The text says thousands of people protested Saturday afternoon in Montreal to protest COVID measures. Okay, so the thing that I wanted to wait. Let me find the thing, and then I'll be able to continue here. Where is it? No, well, I just did a control F for the word 100, so clearly that was the wrong strategy. Yeah, actually, I should have searched for person. Okay, here. And this is actually a generous example. I am making my case weaker than I could had I chosen another news outlet's coverage of this. So here, the article reads, at 2 p.m. on Saturday, over 7,000 people said that they wanted to participate to the protest, given the according to the Facebook event. Translating in real time is really hard, guys. But yeah, that's what this sentence says. Now, I was there, and I would like to play you a very short clip that I recorded with my phone at the event. Let's just drop it here. Should just start playing. Now again, it's difficult to estimate how many people this was, but unfortunately my stream I just broke my own stream. But there were a lot of people there, is what I'm saying. There might have been Jesus Christ, there were many thousand people in that clip alone that I played. So this demonstrates the opposing incentive of the press saying, oh, by the way, there was another outlet that said 400 people said they wanted to go on the Facebook event. That was, you know, this 7,000 example here is a weaker case. I could have been less charitable and picked the other one, but let us move on. I think I've covered this. The point that I'm getting at is that unfortunately, in the COVID era, especially, it will be, and I don't think this is going to change anytime soon, unfortunately. It will be very difficult to know how many people attended a protest because I could have shown some pictures that I took from there, but I couldn't find a good one in time. And yeah, people at the protest, naturally, they supported unless they're counter-protesting. And they'll have incentive to play the numbers up, and the media has demonstrated their boldness to just play down the numbers and find any way that they can to play those numbers down within the bounds of sounding plausible. Like, instead of estimating the number of people who were there, telling you how many people said they wanted to go on the Facebook event, you know? And if your Facebook events are any like the ones that I've attended, if 50 people say that they want to go to an event, you're lucky if 10 people show up, you know? So there's that. Now, the more interesting aspect of this is, and again, I love that these truckers are doing this, but the thing is, I don't know what their logistics plan is, because what you undoubtedly know, you're a smart viewer. If these truckers arrive in Ottawa, and they end up having to leave without getting their demands met, that's going to be a backfire in and of itself. It's going to be like, you know, when a kid threatens to hold their breath until they die, or until you give them what they want, and after a minute they're like, it's gonna be an optical blow if they don't get what they want, you know? Which, to people like me and to people watching this who support this cause, or at least agree with it, or at least appreciate the sentiment, let's at least meet there, okay? I'm setting the bar pretty low here. For people like that, the question of how can I help is an easy one that comes to mind. And most people who think that what these truckers are doing is cool don't have easy access to the city of Ottawa. I don't consider that I have easy access to the city of Ottawa, and I live roughly an hour away. That's if I can even get in. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen when they arrive there. And actually, circling back to the story that I started with, where is it? Here. This might be factually true. Like, if in fact hundreds of truckers left specifically from BC, these are you don't need that many cities with hundreds of truckers each for them to number in the thousands by the time they arrive in Ottawa, right? So, Frank, the GoFundMe campaign for the truckers has over $4 million. Thank you for providing me with a segue with what I was going to talk about, which is this article right here. Now, I didn't take the time to vet truckernews.com. I don't know how serious this website is in the trucking community. However, I did stumble upon this article. It seems reasonably long, so I would like to give it a read because, oh, actually, yes, you see, Frank, the organizers estimate there will be 50,000 truckers participating. Now, I don't know. I would wager. So if the organizers of the event are estimating that there are roughly 50,000 truckers, and this news article that we looked at, the CBC News, this one, estimates that there were hundreds in British Columbia, I would wager that the actuality might be somewhere in the 25K, something like that. Because again, the protests on September 11th that I attended, where TVA Nouvelle, I'm calling that outlet out specifically, reported that 400 people said they wanted to go according to the Facebook event. People, let's say, in the alternative media of Quebec, they were saying like there were tens of thousands of people. I don't know if that's true. We were a lot. I wish I could have found a picture. Like I remember at the event, I took a picture from the bottom of one of the hills we marched up, and you could kind of see a bunch of the crowd, and the crowd made a turn at the top of that hill, so you didn't even see the whole crowd. But yeah, it's unfortunate that this is yet another manifestation of the post-truth world that we live in. Let me take a sip of water. So let's read this article right here from trucknews.com, which I haven't vetted, but hey, how bad can it be? The murky matter of protests and the donations that drive them. This is by James Menzies. Much has been made of late on social media and in the mainstream media about trucker protests that are in the works. Truckers are rightfully upset about a vaccine mandate that was clumsily applied to cross-border essential workers, including the professional drivers who've been keeping us supplied throughout the pandemic. Hear, hear. But such protests rarely deliver results aside from angering the motoring public and casting shade on our industry. Okay, he said ours, so I'm assuming he's a trucker. He's writing for Truck News, fuck. Anyway, we will report on significant events that disrupt our industry and your business, but do nothing to support this from... wait a second, let me start over, sorry. We will report on significant events that disrupt our industry and your businesses, but do nothing to support this form of protests. One disturbing trend is the amount of money being thrown at recent attempts to bring commerce to a halt. One initiative raised more than $900,000 via GoFundMe in less than a week. If he's talking about what I think he's talking about, just note that this was published 4 days ago. All right, we'll look at the GoFundMe. Again, if we're talking about the same one, that's quite the change, as you'll see. This is fairly significant and startling when you consider where that money is going. The fundraising initiative was started by Tamara Litch. Yep, we're talking about the same one, who has a history of association with radical groups, including the recently formed federal separatist Maverick Party in Alberta. Yes, by this weekend, there is likely to be about $1 million in the hands of someone affiliated with a party that wants to break up Canada. Let's continue. Okay, so this is information on Litch according to this person. This should be interesting, true or not. And again, usually even with pieces like this, the basic facts should be good. Unfortunately, unlike the Joe Rogan doctor story that we read last week, we are subject to clip chimping if this guy decides to say things out of context. But hey, let's keep that in mind and just continue. In her past, Litch was regional coordinator for the Wexit in southeastern Alberta and was a member of the board for Wexit Alberta. What's Wexit Alberta? It was the provincial party whose co-founder wanted to exit Canada and join the Trump-led U.S. Okay, so I was about to talk about how interesting it is reading this from Quebec, because, man, if you've lived in Quebec for more than a couple decades, you're aware that Quebec is not the only province in Canada with a separatist movement in it. Quebec's separatist movement is motivated by cultural reasons, whereas Alberta's separatist movement, it's all about the green, baby. Ka-ching, ka-ching. All right, so let's continue this article here. And honestly, if I was sitting on massive reserves of oil, yeah, maybe I'd think about it too. Litch later took her, but yes, joining the Trump-led U.S., like, that is cringe, even by my standards. And those of you watching this stream heard me share my impressions of Donald Trump, or at least some of them, you know? Anyway, Litch later took her ambitions federally and joined the Federal Wexit Canada Board, which would later become the Maverick Party. She was also affiliated with the Yellow Vest movement, which was linked to death threats against our prime minister. Death threats are never okay. Is that what we've become, Canada? To her credit, Litch attempted to distance her local chapter from those making the death threats, as anyone with more than 2 brain cells to rub together would, even if secretly behind their back. Anyway, no, I don't want to imply anything. Death threats are never okay. Anyone gets this. But think about that for a second. She was affiliated with an organization that threatened to kill our prime minister, and now has nearly $1 million of your money to distribute as she sees fit. Curiously, she seemingly has no direct connection to the trucking industry. She worked in the oil and gas industry and was a singer for a local metal band. So where does this love for truckers come from? This has nothing to do with a love of truckers per se. I don't particularly care about truckers. It's about the cause. Who was it that wrote that marketing book? If people know why you're doing it, they'll love you. Okay, that was a shitty attempt at quoting, but yeah, if you have an inspiring enough why, you can get people who don't necessarily believe in the particular thing that you're doing. So this is kind of a moot point. All right, let's continue. And where will that $1 million or so bucks go? It will go into the organizer's bank account, that we know. That's how GoFundMe works. From there, who knows? Since the fundraiser is not an official charity organization, there is no further accountability. This is actually a 100% valid point. Maybe not like official charity, you might want to add an asterisk for this, but the bottom line is, and this is one of the reasons why I didn't donate to this charity, it's like, hey, I don't know what's going to happen with this. I need to do my due diligence, and I never took the time to do it. And I don't think proper due diligence is doable, at least not at the time of this recording. Hopefully that will change within, the next couple days. More on that later. Where was I? Yeah. Incidentally, trucknews.com chooses not to promote GoFundMe initiatives for this very reason. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, crowdfunding, it's crowdfunding. It has its blessings and pitfalls. Let's say that. Litch says the money will go towards reimbursing participating truckers for their fuel costs. That's great, but hauling a load would pay more than bobtailing cross-country for the cost of diesel. Rates aren't that bad these days. She'll cover food and lodging too if you really need it. From what I've heard, truckers are accustomed to sleeping in their trucks, which of course in the winter would require heat anyway. And if you had the choice between sleeping in your truck and sleeping in a bed, I think the choice is obvious. But hey, I'm not a trucker, nor have I ever been. I just spoke to someone who was, and I've spoken to a couple, but this was years ago. Anyway, the good news is funds will be dispersed via e-transfer, preferred, paper trail, since GoFundMe wipes its hands of accountability once the dough is deposited into Litch's account. We hope she will be forthcoming about how these funds are distributed. Hear, hear. And this is true no matter what you think of this woman. And that point will be even stronger in a second here. As previously mentioned, we don't think protests that disrupt cross-border or any other traffic is safe or productive. I can understand that part, actually. I hope they do this the right way. We don't support these initiatives. We do, however, agree that the government bungling of vaccination mandates at state and provincial levels, looking at you, Quebec, thank you, has created frustrations and fueled the appetite for such initiatives. If these protests do materialize, many fizzle out when it's actually time to roll. We have concerns about the effect they will have on how the public perceives our industry, the safety risks posed to the motoring public, and how a substantial chunk of money collected from hard-working truckers will be spent, and very little optimism that the feds on either side of the border will reverse their vaccine requirements. That's another issue. Now, I see people in the chat. Let me just catch up here. So, GoFundMe put a hold on the account if the original intent of the organizers was to take the money and run. It's now very difficult at the public attention. Yes, absolutely, Frank. So all the eyeballs that are focused on this now, let me just refresh here. That's what I thought. $5 million. Hey, at the rate they're going, actually, you know what? Their goal is 6 million, and they're already over 5 million. So in 4 days, they've quadrupled from just under 1 million to over 5 million. But the bottom line is, I don't know where this money is going. I don't know what is going to happen. And I agree, Frank, that the insane amount of attention that Tamara Lich's bank account now has will be a mitigating factor against foul play. Now, on the story of GoFundMe putting a hold on the account, Breck, the reason why I didn't link up an account for that is because, according to Tamara, it hasn't. And actually, we can look for this. Trucker Go Frozen. So here's the thing. Whoops. So I did see headlines before starting the stream. Let's just headline read like 99% of people do anyway. GoFundMe withholding $4.7 million from trucker convoy. Go freezes money. Anyway, all these are headlines saying that GoFundMe froze the money. However, our good friend Ground News, which changed its look, no comment right now. Where is it? I saw a headline saying that Tamara claims that that's not the case, which illustrates how the fog of war is still too thick to know for sure what's up with this money. Like all of this, this article from the Winnipeg Free Press is 19 hours old, and that is the oldest one in this agglomeration here. Let me try to find the headline that that said that she was claiming that it wasn't, or at least that's people. I think the headline read something like GoFundMe organizer claims that GoFundMe organizer says that claims that GoFundMe froze the funds are misleading or something like that. So there. All I have to do is Google her name. Truck convoy organizer says GoFundMe cash not frozen. This is from 4 hours ago. Let's read the first couple paragraphs, and I will. So this is from the Western Standard. Actually, I will just copy paste this into my show notes to share it with you later. So I will put this like that. Good. So you can check the description below for the link to this article. I'm not going to read it all. We've read enough as it is, because fuck reading, you know? Who reads? Organizer Tamara Lich head of the GoFundMe page, spoke to Western Standard on Tuesday morning, claiming the mainstream media reports that it was shut down are not accurate. Okay, Western Standard is this outlet. The organizer of the cross-country has not been frozen. Organizer head of the GoFundMe page spoke to Western Standard on Tuesday, claiming mainstream media reports that it was shut down are not accurate. Right now, I'm working with the finance committee, organizing logistics for our drivers regarding fuel, stops, hotel room, collecting registrations, and working with our Ground Zero team prepping in Ottawa, said Litch. Litch said she is in direct contact with GoFundMe, making sure everything is done correctly. Okay. We require that fundraisers be transparent about the flow of funds that have a clear plan for how those funds will be spent. You were correct, Breck. Rachel Hollis, GoFundMe's director of communications, told CTV. The trucker convoy funding is still accumulating up to 57,000 donations and growing quickly. Litch is currently driving the lead in the Freedom Convoy 2022 across Canada, which is a protest against mandates. Okay, we all know what this is. So, actually, the article is basically over, so we might as well drive it home. Litch also wanted to clarify, despite her being part of the Maverick Party, the organization is not involved with the protests. Okay, cool. So I'm glad we read this as a counterbalance to James Menzies' take. Now, there's another thing that I want to talk about before wrapping up, because as is well documented on this stream, I spend far too much time on Twitter. And I'm reminded of a quote every time I think of this Gary Vee quote. Considering the amount of time I spend on Twitter, I keep thinking it's true. It's like every minute that I spend on Twitter reminds me of this Gary Vee quote and how true it is. It's funny how things work that way sometimes. So the quote was, Twitter is the world's water cooler, by which, that's where people just gather to chit chat. And right here, actually, before I show this, there it is. All right, so I just wanted to show you this because so Twitter, as you may know, it has this bar on the side here, and you see it refreshed while I was preparing. So anyway, Trucker Convoy 2022 is trending on Twitter. However, another hashtag, which if I refresh might even show up again, it was on screen before. Come on, hit me. Come on, you can do it, Twitter. You can do it. There it is, Flu Trucks Clan. So, this hashtag, I noticed it trending yesterday, and it's interesting. I gotta say, I'm not exactly a master on creating a hashtag that people use. However, I gotta say, Flu Trucks Clan is not exactly, it doesn't roll off the tongue, and part of a nifty hashtag is that it rolls off the tongue. And I gotta say, for me, I have no proof of this, but based on my experience using Twitter, Flu Trucks Clan smells like astroturfing. So I just wanted to mention that. Oh, and another thing I'll mention, and let me just find my tweet here. I thought this was funny. Wait. I shouldn't have. You know what? I know what I'll do. Yep, there it is. Hashtag Flu Trucks Clan is as catchy a hashtag as I'd expect from the online left. So with that, I want to thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, you will certainly enjoy this video right here. So please tap on the card right here to watch the next one. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. All right. Well, that was quite the ride. Whoops. Thank you so much for being here. I see. Okay, yeah, I see. Thank you so much to the 4 people who are watching this live. Hey, if you're watching in the VOD, leave a comment below to let me know who you are. Can you be pro-vax and anti-mandate? I think so. Unfortunately, most people are not. Given the discourse that has been taking place over the last 2 years, I would say that most people are using a snap to grid thinking, and they're using a really coarse grid where there's no room for nuance. So as soon as you, I don't know, as soon as you express even the smallest bit of skepticism towards, let's just say whether or not the vax should be mandatory, then a lot of people will just assume that you're anti-vaccine, and it's a shame. And I think it's a shame because of how often that is actually the case. God damn it, I hate it. But yeah, people with a bit more nuance, you can be pro-vax and anti-mandate. I think that's the most base position of them all, quite frankly. So yeah. Oh, thank you. What made you go oh damn earlier? Actually, it was the GoFundMe, because when I started the stream, it was just under 5 million. And when I loaded up the tab to start the thing, it had surpassed 5 million. So that's what made me go oh damn earlier. So that being said, you know what? I feel like playing Stardew Valley, so I'm gonna. So we're going a bit long. It's been quite the ride. That that convoy segment, it had its rough patches, but I stuck the landing, I think. We shall start the game. If this doesn't work, I will not even attempt troubleshooting, and I will not rage quit, but immediately quit calmly the stream. That should be good enough. Did I actually start the game? I think so. Now I'm having doubts. Oh, there it is. There we go. They increased the resolution. So you're gonna see more of the map than you're used to seeing. Should be interesting. Just play a quick day. I forget what day the... Oh, wait. There's something I forgot to check before, but it might not be relevant anyway. So let's just let the game load and then immediately pause it. Oh man, you just reminded me I forgot to cover something. There were news outlets falsely claiming that the protest was about poor road conditions. Damn it. Anyway. Start. Whoops, sorry about that. Here. Basically, I just want to remember what day of the week I have to go to the... What day of the week that I can trade jade at the desert trader. On Sundays. Oh man, Sundays would be even more packed then. I ain't doing nothing on Sundays. But, hey. There we go. Okay. So as you will see, normally when I start a day, we can't see into my children's room, but with this resolution we can. So today is Wednesday. I already saw. Go. Just throw June up. There we go. I have to go into town today. Don't work too hard and eat something good for lunch. Oh, thank you, Penny. All right. Welcome to Kozu 5, your number one source of weather news, and it's gonna be cloudy today or tomorrow. I sense a new viewer has joined us. The spirits are somewhat mildly perturbed. Okay. Actually, man, how many do I have half a mind to process geodes today. I don't know. We'll see. Water in the crops, water in the crops. We are all rejoicing, water in the crops. Yeah, one of these days I'll have better technology, but thank you for tolerating the lag. All right, so now that I've watered all the crops, let's pet all the animals. There we go. Without this thing, eggs are just laying everywhere. So, whoops. And the biggest change is for cows. Like, y'all never saw me do this, but I would have to, like, manually milk each cow every day. Whereas now the auto collector collects them automatically. Hey, no pigs ate from the thing. That's a good thing, by the way. Okay, so, oh yeah, let's make some mayonnaise. Oh, wow. Hey, doggy. There's your water. How much? 26 out of 240. With roughly 10 days left to the autumn. But I'm filthy rich. Worst case, I can just buy hay. What was I gonna do? Someone who's watching you travel to level 100 in the Skull Cavern. You know what? If I can't trade Jade, I can acquire Jade. Actually, now I'm curious of something. It's gonna lag again, I'm sorry. Where do I get Jade? Okay, on the Jade John. Okay, so basically, oh, floors 40 plus of the normal mines. Okay, the ones that y'all have seen me playing many a time. Now let's go back to Stardew Valley. Okay. Ooh, let's collect some honey. And actually, the reason I'm clearing these trees, it bugs me to not be able to see what I'm doing. There we go. There we go. All right, let's just collect a bit more hay. Jesus Christ, I'm stuck in trees. But I asked for this. I haven't taken care of my lawn or farm or whatever you want to call it in a while. So sometimes these things happen. All right. It's 12 p.m. Hey, later, Breck. Thanks for stopping by. Fuck it. Even if I need honey for something, it can't be urgent. This I think I do need, actually. Stone. Actually, let's just... Okay, so... I'm gonna go to the desert. So I'm gonna need... I only have 15. Okay, so... Actually, before I do, I'm just gonna fill up this like that. There we go. So... No, actually, I want the fishing rod. Okay, so... we go. That'll have to do. Whoop. It always makes me nervous when I'm holding a bomb near my crops. Understandably so. Alright. I could have gone to the regular mines, but let's go to the desert. Fuck it. This is the desert trader that I can consult on Sundays. Actually, I'm not even sure why I wanted the fishing rod. I'm going straight for the skull cavern. Well, my bad. One less inventory slot. Ooh. So just to remind you what the strategy is, the deeper you are in the skull cavern, the more likely you are to get iridium ore. And the idea is you trade jade for staircases. And then once you have like a ridiculous amount of staircases, you just spawn here and you immediately just start going down, 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 straight down. Because what a staircase does is it lets you go to the level below you. So the idea is to just build a huge stockpile of staircases and then use that to, you know, right now it's 3 p.m. and I'm at level 1, you know? Whereas if I had, let's say, 100 staircases, it would be like 3:15 p.m. and I'd be at level 101. So yeah, that's what we are slowly building towards. One fucking pickaxe rock at a time. Well, at least I'm getting decent omni geodes. Ah, there we go. Let's jump in here. 7 levels. Oh, I fucking hate mummies. God damn it. And 2 ghosts? Okay. Well, that was easy. Just kill this guy again. I think mummies are dumb though, so you can play with the pathfinding. Yeah, exactly. I'm doing this right now, literally. So let's say I place this here. Nope, that wasn't enough. It was worth a shot. For sure it damaged him. There we go. 38 normal bombs. Holy shit. Well, that didn't give me anything except fucking stone. Wait, I suddenly remembered. I think there might be something I want to build with stone. No, wait. It was an extra fishing pond and I already have it. I forget for what, but I have it. I've had this conversation on stream before. Really? You motherfucker. Okay. Now it is time to eat something. Good. Jesus Christ, it's 6:20 p.m. and I'm still at level 8. Really? Where are the damn stairs? Okay, you I have to kill. Ah, there we go. Oh. Let me just break some rocks first. Ooh, silver. Or iron, yeah. It's funny how, of the metals that you can get in Stardew Valley, iron is like the second most valuable one to me, subjectively, because I have so much gold. Come on. Yeah. Whoops, man. This is why I'm low on ammo for my slingshot, is because I keep accidentally wasting ammo. Waste not, want not. Oh. Oh shit. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm just retreating. One more hit and I would have been dead anyway. Whew. That was close. With 3 hours to spare. Yes, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. Ugh. All right. Let me take a... You know, after a day of... first of all, I'm gonna... I don't want to be holding these bombs near my crops. There we go. Now I can rest easy. Nothing regenerates your life like a complete breakfast. Whoops. Complete breakfast. Boom, full. Oh, not full. Well, close enough to full. Let me actually close the barn doors. Hey, I remembered without being prompted. God damn it. Truffles, truffles everywhere. Okay. That should be good. Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm glad that I can... Oh, good. 2 more jade. So... And I'm sure I've mentioned this before also, but once I have my iridium axe, which is the only iridium tool I have left, all the extra iridium that I make is going to go towards making more crystallariums so I can replicate even more jade that I could trade for even more staircases. Because one staircase is 99 stone. I have stone coming out of my ears, but I can only still make 3 staircases, you know? So, whereas here I have 17 jade. So, all right. The next step. Ooh. Yeah. Actually, there's one thing that I will do now. There we go. Oh, I see you. Get out of here. The cheese. Actually, you know what? I'll make some mayonnaise overnight. There we go. Yes, I know. I have 2 hours left. There we go. I'll also make some truffle oil overnight. Oh, I have 6 truffles exactly. Good. There we go. That's nice and organized. Ooh, tomatoes. I know I need the tomatoes for cooking. Ooh, and rice. Okay, let me just plant some more rice. Well, it looks like I won't be picking fruit. And no, I'm not going to the secret forest to get some hardwood. So that's going back there. I don't have enough inventory to pick fruit, so fuck it, I won't. Oh shit, it's awfully close. Yes, yes, yes. Doggy's not in the way. I have a couple minutes to spare. All right, I'll organize my fridge tomorrow. Boom. Yes. $17,000. Not bad for not even trying. Yes. Oh, yeah. I spoke too early. Let me go to the full cam. Excellent. If you are still watching, I appreciate you. I appreciate you sticking by through all these difficulties. And I don't have much more to add. I'll see you soon. Later. Whoops. There we go. Bye.